Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, or afternoon, should I say. Welcome back to the Sam Redgate-Large channel. Apologies for being a few minutes late there. The time really does sneak up on you when you're busy trying to get stuff sorted. Still yet to get the green screen working properly, but I hope you can let me off. I do hope you can let me off, because today we are going to be doing Everton versus Leeds United. Everton versus Leeds United are the two teams that will be facing off in today's fixture, voted as for by you guys. And that will be kicking off at 3 o'clock. We've got plenty to dive into, though, in the meantime. Plenty to talk about in terms of both sides. And hopefully it should be a good, exciting game of football. There's definitely goals at the moment between these two teams. Definitely goals. And it should be good fun. What I'm going to do is, as you can tell, it has been, well, it's not been a bit of a rush. It's just been, you know, the time sneaks up on you when you're trying to get stuff sorted. Currently going through some black grapes, but hopefully we can get ourselves underway and ready to rumble sooner rather than later. I'm looking forward to this game. The game, obviously, which was played this morning in the Premier League was Manchester United versus Southampton. That one did finish 1-1. Goals from Jadon Sancho and I believe Che Adams, not Ched Adams. Che Adams were the two goal scorers in those games. So, interesting stuff. United missing up on opportunities to get into the top four. Southampton building on some points, getting themselves into that top half debate, and who knows, maybe with a sneak outside chance with the rest of the way that the way that the rest of the teams are going. There we are. If I can get my words out. Who knows what might happen for them? Who knows what might happen for them? They could end up finish out maybe in a Europa League spot. Maybe so. But guys, but we need to talk about the teams for today. I need to get my HDMI cable because I realised it was plugged into the wrong line. So let me just plug this in for us, and then we should be sorted and ready to rumble. And we can show you the teams and have a look at the two sides that we'll be playing today. Obviously, the big talking point about this Everton side is the fact that Frank Lampard is, of course, the manager. Maybe questions around him as a manager. Personally, I don't think you can criticise him too early. A lot of people saying, oh, he's not Premier League proven quite yet. He had a good year or so at Chelsea. Still bearing in mind, had Chelsea in fourth, even when he got sacked, it was just the expectation of Chelsea, which really got the better of him. And so I still think there is a lot that Frank Lampard can give, and I think it's a little bit naive to write Frank Lampard and to write this Everton team off just yet. I do think it is a little bit naive because Everton are more than capable. They've got enough players and enough talent there to keep themselves up and to get themselves back up into sort of top 10 where you would expect Everton to be. And so to say Frank Lampard isn't the right manager, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I think he's a manager that, as we've seen at Chelsea, likes to bring out the best in. He likes to bring out the best in some of the younger players and develop those. And Everton have lots of young English prospects, which Frank Lampard, I'm sure, will nurture and bring out the best in, and especially for the likes of Donny van de Beek and Dele Alli, who better to learn your craft from as a central attacking midfielder than the man himself in Frank Lampard. One of the best to ever do it in centre midfield for the Premier League and obviously for Chelsea. So I think there's a lot of criticism for really very little reason. But Leeds United, what can we say about them? Marcelo Bielsa's men have looked a little bit, off the pace at the moment. I think that's the nicest way to say it, a little bit off the pace. It's been a quiet one in terms of a season. Obviously, that they've been plagued with injuries so far this season. Patrick Bamford's out injured. They're just starting to get sort of some shape back to their defence. I remember the last time we watched Leeds United probably there was a game against Manchester City and there was a game against Tottenham, and they were playing Luke Ayling at centre-half. And whilst Luke Ayling is a more than capable right-back, he's maybe not the strongest at centre-half. And obviously, being able to bring back Diego Llorente and Pascal Struijk, or whatever you want to call that guy, I still can't pronounce his name. He's been in the Prem 2 seasons and I still can't pronounce his name. Whether you consider them top centre-backs, I mean, it's got to be better than playing a full-back at centre-back. It absolutely has to be. This isn't FIFA 22 at the end of the day. This is not FIFA 22. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's go over, though. Let's go over and we shall look at the teams for today. Oh, I've not got it on for some reason. How have I not done this? Let's have a look. There we are. Surely it should add it. Is that going to do it? There we are. There we are. Oh, why has it done it like that? That's weird. Huh. Right. Very strange. Very strange. We'll get that sorted. We will get that sorted. Not sure why it's on Brighton and not just sharing my screen here. Give me 2 seconds. Is it this one? For some reason, this is playing up today. That's brilliant, isn't it? Just when you need it to not be messing up. Maybe if I go into the settings on it. Here we are. There we are. There we are. Got it all sorted. Knew we'd get there in the end. But here are the two teams for today's game. The home side, of course, Everton playing at Goodison Park for today. Everton currently sat in, let's find out, sat in 16th place, Leeds in 15th. So the opportunity here for Everton to get themselves 1 point behind, still with a game in hand on Leeds United. They need to get themselves some points because, as you can see, they're gradually dropping into that, dropping into that relegation battle. Where's the table just disappeared to? There we are. Dropping into that relegation battle, unfortunately. And Everton, surely too good to go down. But it needs a big performance today. Big performance today. And here is the team looking to put in a big performance and win a game for Everton. Starting us off in goal is Jordan Pickford. The four at the back is Seamus Coleman, John Joe Kenny, Michael Keane and Mason Holgate. Then they've got Anthony Gordon starting on the right-hand side. Alex Iwobi off the left. Donny van der Beek, starting from the centre of midfield, partnered with Allen. So it's probably that Allen will sit a little bit more, play that number 6 role. Donny van der Beek probably more likely to play that number 8 role, if you ask me. And then up front, they have got Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We've maybe not seen the best out of Dominic Calvert-Lewin so far this season. A little bit quiet is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, a little bit quiet. I think that is the best way to say it so far. He's not really hit the heights. Let's have a look at his stats whilst we've got him here. In terms of the season, player details. Let's have a look. Where are his stats for this season? On this right-hand side. Goals. There you are. 3. Admittedly, he's been injured for a long time. Total played, started. You know, there's not been many games he's played, but still 3 goals. Part of the reason that Everton haven't really been able to fire this season. They had a good start to the season under Rafa with Damari Gray coming in, scoring goals. Richarlison was scoring goals, but that was really the problem, wasn't it? That was really the problem. I wonder if they've not got notifications for this. I wonder if that's why there's no one in the chat at the moment. But anyway, we will power on. And in goal, starting off with Leeds United. In goal for Leeds United is Ilan Meslier. At left back, we've got Stuart Dallas, Pascal Struijk, Diego Llorente and Luke Ayling. At right back, the captain for today, Robin Koch, Matthias Klick, Jack Harrison, Rodrigo, Rafinha and, of course, Daniel James, who starts up front again. And to be honest, you couldn't really drop him. you could not really drop him because he scored 2 goals in, is it midweek against Villa? I think it was midweek. It feels like a little while ago now, but it was midweek against Villa. It was a very, very hectic game as well. A very hectic game. Maybe people would say it was a bit of a disappointing game, especially in terms of Villa. I think Villa fans will be disappointed that they didn't take all the points. But in terms of Leeds, they did really, really well for quite a long period of time. They did really, really well. And they proper battled. And, Tyrone Mings made lots of mistakes in that game. But my God, did Leeds United make the most of the opportunities that did present themselves to them. And that's what they had to do in that game. It was a game for them of small margins. And as I say, with Tyrone Mings making the mistakes, it wasn't actually too far out of their reach that they could have won that game against Leeds United, against Aston Villa, in midweek. It was a difficult afternoon for both sides, who were struggling defensively, but attacking-wise, my God, what good football did we see from those two sides. They looked fantastic. They really did. For the vast majority of that game, they looked really, really good. And I was impressed at the attacking side. Like I say, I'm not sure you can give anyone any bonus marks for the defensive play of this team, because it wasn't great, was it? It was not great from either side. Really, really wasn't. It's really weird that I'm not giving out notifications when I go live. I don't know quite how to change that. Oh well. However, we have been, talking about these two teams. I'm sure they'll be starting to come out onto the pitch. How long we got? We've got 4 minutes till kick-off. 4 minutes till kick-off. And 4 minutes till kick-off does mean I do need to come up with a score prediction for today's game. I think there's going to be goals in it. I really do. I think there's going to be quite a few goals for either side. I am going to go with, it depends. Am I expecting goals, though, because of the amount of goals in the midweek fixtures? Who knows? I think it's either going to be a really fiery game, end-to-end kind of thing, or it's going to be really, really close. And at the moment, I'm just not quite sure. I'm really not quite sure. But I think I'm going to go 2-1 to Everton. 2-1 to Everton. So there I get my goals, but I also get it being quite a close game. I can't see there being a draw in this game. I can only see there being a winner in this game. So, the teams are coming out onto the pitch here, ladies and gentlemen. And Ultimate Sloth Gaming's just joined, saying, come on, Toffees, absolutely. Question, Ultimate Sloth Gaming, if you have your notifications on, did a notification go up for this? Because I feel like there's not been too much of a... There's not been, you normally get Oliver or Shah or someone pop in. Obviously, it might just be that they're busy. But it's very strange that I don't think I on my second account got any notifications for this going live. So do let me know if you haven't, and I'll try and get it sorted for next time. Not too sure on what's what, really. Not too sure on what is what. Let's have a look at the teams, though. It looks like the way that this is set it up is it might be a 3-4-3 for Everton. So Holgate, Seamus Coleman and Michael Keane playing as the 3 at the back. Then John Joe Kenny joining Alan, Donny van der Beek and Alex Iwobi. And then Richarlison off the left. Off the right, Anthony Gordon. And through the middle, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Yes, it popped up. Fair enough. Must just be one of those days there where it's a bit busier. I was wondering, so thank you. But do get your score prediction in for us, Ultimate Sloth. That would be absolutely fantastic. Interestingly as well, This graphic has also gone for a 4-2-3-1, so slightly different formation and slightly different setup to the way that SofaScore had earlier provided it, with Cock and Click at the two defensive midfield roles, Harrison, Rodrigo and Rafinha slightly further forward, and then Dan James alone up front. I'm intrigued to see, because looking at this as a three at the back now, this Everton team, I wonder if this could play into Seamus Coleman's hands here, because I've heard a lot of criticism around Seamus Coleman in recent weeks, and I think yes, he wouldn't be getting played as much if he wasn't the captain, but I do think there's a player in there. I think he's a good player, he's a good professional, and I think that's what they need. It most certainly is what they need at centre half for them. And in their centre half as well, they might not be as exposed in defence. Maybe that can suit them. Just looking at Frank Lampard right now, we will be getting underway shortly. We most certainly will be getting underway shortly. And I'm looking forward to this game. Looking forward to it. Hoping there's some good football. And then, of course, afterwards, we've got Chelsea in the Club World Cup as well. Ultimate Sloth Gaming is going to go with a 3-2 and Pickford to get the winner. If that happens, I will give you a tenner. I will actually give you 10 of my own Great British pounds. If Pickford scores a winner in a 3-2 game, it would be mental. It would be absolute scenes. So we're about to get underway here. Richarlison does get us underway. Everton playing in their usual blue and white kit. Well, blue top, white shorts. Leeds United playing in their white and yellowy kit. I think that is the best way to say it. Calvert-Lewin kicking from right to left, and with Everton in this afternoon's fixture. Let's see who starts the brightest here. The early minutes could be vital to either side here, especially after the... I think they'll both be annoyed that they didn't get more in midweek. I think Everton looked quite far off where they wanted to be and where they will hope to be further down the line. I do think Everton are a team that have great potential and can move the ball forward. Alex Iwobi there steps on the ball. Can't believe that man. He cost like 40 million, Alex Iwobi. I cannot believe that. I really can. It's a strange transfer fee, but that's given away there. Is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who might be able to roll in Gordon. Gordon already! Oh, what a tackle! What a tackle by Luke Ayling! Surely that was a brilliant piece of defending. If not, Anthony Gordon slipped at the vital moment. They're playing on, so I'm assuming Anthony Gordon, too much time in front of the goal there. Too much time. And Luke Ayling able to get himself back in. Really good defending. Put the pressure on. I don't know if it's a slip or what. Rafinha now into Dan James. Dan James looking to flick it back round for Ayling, but unfortunately read there by Jordan Pickford. Afternoon to Oliver, who says he's going with 2-2. Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Everton, though, starting brightly. Here goes Richarlison. He's got support from Alex Iwobi and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Here's Alex Iwobi. Iwobi clips one in, looking for DCL. It's headed, though, by Llorente. Might fall down there to Donny van der Beek, who tries to header one forward for Anthony Gordon, and just ushered out of play by Luke Ayling. What a start, though. Let's see this replay. What happens here for Gordon as he goes through? He must score from there. He must score. Oh, it's a brilliant piece of defending from Luke Ayling. A really, really good piece of defending from Luke Ayling there. Absolute brilliance from the right back. And, oh, here go Everton again. Here's Alex Iwobi trying to create a little bit of space on this right-hand side. Iwobi's going to look to clip one across there, looking for Calvert-Lewin. Does take a deflection, though, and goes into the hands of Meslier. So, oh, my gosh, that could have been a fast start there for Everton. Leeds United, a little bit lucky. Oliver, I've gone with what did I say? I said 2-1 to Everton. I think that is my score prediction for today. I think they need to put the pedal to the metal. I don't know if that's quite the phrase, but they need to start getting their backsides in gear a little bit and playing some nice football. Rafinha there, giving the ball away from Dan James there. He's just pinged it at Luke Ayling too quickly. What are the other games going on at the moment? Let's have a look. What other games have we got going on in the Premier League at the moment? We've got Brentford versus Crystal Palace, which is on Palace TV, and Watford versus Brighton as well. So, a couple of decent games in there, and Watford versus Brighton, of course. These two teams will be looking at this a lot. Here is Alex Iwobi going down this right-hand side. Iwobi pulls it back into DCL. Is that going to fall for Allen? No, it's cleared this time by, I believe that was Click doing his defensive duties. Afternoon, Fraser. How are we doing? Did I say Oliver there? I meant Fraser if I did. Apologies. Is that a fresh trim? It most certainly is. I don't know how to quite show it off, but yes, it most certainly is. Nice fresh trim. All sorted. Thank you for the fire emoji. But yes, absolutely. Get your score prediction in, Fraser. You've still got plenty of time to get that score prediction in. Anthony Gordon has missed a big opportunity, though, early on in this game, Fraser, sorry. That is the first thing that you have missed. A really, really big opportunity in the opening exchanges here. Allen looking to pick up the ball. It's nicked back, though, by Donny van der Beek. Really well played by van der Beek. He's looking for Gordon. Gordon's going to cut in. Is he going to fire one this time? Takes a deflection easily into the hands of Illan Meslier there. Took a bit of a deflection, had to stay on his toes there, the Leeds United goalkeeper. 1-1 to Everton. Nice, Fraser. Good stuff. Leeds United player just gone down there. Rafinha into the feet of Dan James. Dan James with a back heel there. Back into Rafinha. Rafinha is trying to get away from Seamus Coleman. And Seamus Coleman's putting a really, really good piece of defensive play there. Is that Seamus Coleman? I'm really confused. I thought it was Seamus Coleman, but I can't remember what number Seamus Coleman is. Can someone tell me what number Seamus Coleman is, please? Or is he on the left? Is he on the left of a back three? Is that what's throwing me off? Is Seamus Coleman number 2? Oh, that's a good tackle there from behind. Really good tackle there. By, I believe that was Luke Ayling going into the defensive position there. Llorente switches it here. Onto this left-hand side. Here's Harrison. Oh, he's given the ball away there. And ultimately giving away a foul as well. Everton definitely started the brightest, but both teams look like they're able to create opportunities at the moment. They definitely look like they're able to do it. Jesus, Fraser. Let me check. Is Seamus Coleman playing on the left, or am I being stupid? Oh, it was Kenny. That's who it was. It was John Joe Kenny, who's on the left-hand side. Ah. I was going to say, it's interesting, this Everton formation, because the way that they had it at the beginning on the graphic said it was going to be a 3 at the back with Seamus Coleman in at centre-half, and Stuart Dallas, the Cookstown Cafu, as Josh Wilkinson likes to say, has gone down injured here. Let's just watch. I'm not sure there's much in that, you know. It might be, yeah, it looks like it's got more of a muscular one, that, with Stuart Dallas going down there. Looks like it's more of a... Oh, that's not good. That is not good. They wouldn't have wanted that either, being forced into their first change inside 10 minutes. Afternoon to Jack Marram. How are we doing, mate? Let us know your score prediction for today's game. Yes, it is. It is Stuart Dallas who's going to be making way here. They won't have wanted that with the diversity and the ability that he has to play in different positions. He's quite a vital player for Leeds United. He is quite a vital player, the Northern Irishman, and he is coming off already, and it's Helder is what I'm going to say. It's Hjelde who has come on. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at Scandinavian. I'm assuming that is where he's from. But that is not what they'll have wanted. He is Norwegian. Wow, what a guess. But Helder is on and Dallas is off. So inside 10 minutes, forced into their first change of the day, Leeds United. They won't have wanted that, especially with it being a defender. You don't want to make a defensive substitution inside 10 minutes. But they can't afford to lose Stuart Dallas on a long-term basis with the number of injuries that Leeds have already had this season. Donny van der Beek pushing on a bit of a press here. Cleared up by Ilan Meslier. Headed and won by Michael Keane. Given away though. And Alex Iwobi able to claim the ball there. Long ball there finds Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin rolls it in, spins it off. Oh, I forgot to bring my MacBook charger over again. How do I keep doing that? Lovely switch there for John Joe Kenny. Good touch as well from Kenny. He gets inside his man, inside Rafinha, outside of the boot, cross. Oh my gosh, Dominic Calvert-Lewin inches away there from getting on the end of a delightful cross. A delightful cross. Really, really good play on that left-hand side from the left wing-back role from John Joe Kenny. Everton still on the ball though. Coleman finds Richarlison. Rolls it across the box. DCL! Is it in? It's in now! It definitely is now! And Seamus Coleman, the captain, gets himself on the score sheet inside 10 minutes. And Everton lead against Leeds. Oh my gosh, this could be massive for their season. Frank Lampard, cool as you like. Cool as you like from Super Frank Lampard. And that is Everton 1, Leeds United 0. Cannot say one bit that was not deserved. A brilliant start to the game from Everton here. Gordon rolled it into Richarlison. Richarlison was, I do believe, initially looking for DCL. Llorente thought he'd done enough to stop Dominic Calvert-Lewin from getting there. And as the ball pings back across, the captain, jogging on the spot, jumps in and gets his head on it to tuck it home. And just when they needed their captain, my God, has their captain stepped up for them, Everton. And Everton do lead 1-0 at Goodison Park. Inside 10 minutes as well. They will be thrilled with that start, and Ultimate Soft Gaming says it's made his life. Absolutely. They'll be absolutely thrilled with that start. Absolutely thrilled. I'll just go grab my laptop charger, and then I'll be back with you. But, oh, hang on. Here goes Rafinha down this right-hand side. Rafinha looking for Luke Ayling there, but a poor ball there, and Gordon's able to pick it up himself. Look like a foul on Richarlison in there, and Leeds are going to look to come back firing themselves here. Nice bits of movement. Here's Jack Harrison. Oh, bit of a dodgy touch there by Struick, but he gets away with one. Right, I'll go grab my charger whilst it's in the middle of the pitch. Here we go. I can't believe I always forget that. I don't have my charger with me. Right. Whew, what a fiery start. It's a really open game as well. There's so much room in midfield at the moment for both sides to get on the ball. It's a really, really fascinating game, this one. Absolutely on a knife edge at the moment. Afternoon to June. How are we doing, June? Hope you're doing well. Fraser says I did not die. Everton, a club who needs to try stay up. Absolutely, at the moment, that's what they're fighting for. They're more than capable, though, of staying up, this Everton side. Absolutely more than capable of staying up. And that's a really, really good start to the game here by Everton, who started brightly from minute one, really, with the missed opportunity by and great defensive play by Luke Ayling. But that was a warning sign, and Leeds haven't really stepped it up. And Everton playing some nice football here. Here's Anthony Gordon, who's looking to roll through Dominic Calvert-Lewin there. Easily intercepted, though. And Click tries to get himself back on the ball to get Leeds United on the ball and get the ball down for them. That's the criticism so far. They've not really, when they've got the ball, they've not really maintained it and took that pressure off the defence for a little while. The ball just keeps re-going back towards Everton. Cool background, Sam. Thanks, Curved. Thanks. I don't know if that was sarcasm about my green screen not properly working, but come on, Everton, says Exposers. You've missed a fiery start, Exposers. You most certainly have. Leeds start with L, so does loser. Nice one. Nice one. Yeah, you've missed a fiery start so far, Exposers. Your Everton side, I'm assuming you're an Everton fan, have started really, really well at the moment. Really well. They look really good. But Leeds need to react. How can they react? That is the important part about this next 5 minutes. The goal on about 10 minutes from Seamus Coleman after some lovely play by Everton to open up the Leeds United defence. Here is Seamus Coleman again, who's proven a few doubters wrong so far in this game, into Richarlison. Richarlison cuts inside. Great feet from Richarlison. Well stood up, though, by Diego Llorente. And Rafinha is able to pick up the ball himself there. Rafinha plays it into Luke Ayling, and maybe just a bit of respite here for Leeds if they can keep themselves on the ball. No sarcasm, it's good. Thanks, Curved. I appreciate it. What's your score prediction for today, mate? I've gone with 2-1 to Everton. I know we've already had a goal, but let's have a bit of a discussion. Let's see. I can't believe Ultimate Soft Gaming put Leeds starts with an L. So does loser. Pickford clears one forward, looking for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. That falls to Alex Iwobi. Everton looked so much better in this game than they did in midweek. They looked really slow in midweek. Really, really slow against... Was it Newcastle in midweek? Have I dreamt that? It was Newcastle in midweek when they lost 3-1. It was a really slow game in terms of Everton, and they just weren't quite at the races. And they definitely look better at the moment. Exposer says, to be fair, we've not been in good form at the moment. From what you're saying, it sounds great. It's been, honestly, first 15 minutes, Everton cannot fault them. The only thing was, first minute, Gordon should have taken a shot, and he took too long. He was in the penalty box. He was one-on-one with the keeper, and Luke Ayling managed to get himself back and make the tackle before he could get his shot off. But other than that, that one moment of just like hesitation, if you will, they've been really good in these opening 15 minutes, Everton. Really, really good. Leeds United not really had a sniff at the moment. In comes the throw-in. Here's Luke Ayling. Ayling looking for... Oh, that was a lovely flick. I believe that was Rafinha who dropped into that number 10 role there. Lovely little flick round the corner. Here's Struick into Llorente, who's had to go all the way back to the goalkeeper there. Everton press doing its job at the moment. It looks like in defence it's going to be a 4-4-2 for Everton. That's really well picked up actually in that midfield position there. And that's a lovely ball into Dan James. And Dan James might be through. What a tackle that is! What a tackle that is from Mason Holgate. A brilliant tackle. Dan James just turned on the afterburners. And that was a brilliant piece of defensive play there from Mason Holgate. Brilliant, brilliant defending. It was a lovely ball through to Dan James. And Dan James showed a clean pair of heels there. Really, really good play from the English centre-half there. That's flicked into Rafinha. Oh my gosh, it was Rodrigo, who's just hit the crossbar from about 30 yards out on the volley. What a strike that was from the Spaniard. Oh my gosh. Rodrigo, that was audacious. He saw Pickford off his line. Pickford, no man's land. Very, very lucky there, Everton. Very lucky. You can't let a player of Rodrigo's quality have that time and space on the ball. Absolutely not. And he showed why there. Rattling the crossbar. Absolutely rattled it there. That might give Leeds some hope. That might give Leeds United just a slice of hope that they can actually get themselves back in this game after a dominant first 15 or so minutes from Everton. Maybe that's the confidence booster that they needed. Richarlison's just gone down here, just receiving some medical treatment. Let's just watch that again. Oh, it was just a bit clumsy. It was, as Meslier came to collect the ball, I think he just sort of got sandwiched between a couple of players there, the Brazilian winger, and just got caught by the goalkeeper. Unfortunately, there was no intention behind it whatsoever. But, of course, a painful one for the Brazilian. They do look dangerous when they get on the ball, though, don't they, Everton? They really look dangerous. Really, really look dangerous. They look good on the ball. They look efficient. They look like they're going to move it fast. And that's what Everton fans will be wanting. That's what they'll be wanting so far. Because they've not been good enough this season. They have not been good enough this season. Exposer says, oh no, they're going to score. I have a feeling. Thanks, Crossbar. I love you, says Ultimate Sloth Gaming. And to be fair, Dan James has had a right game last game. He did. He looks like he's in a good bit of form. Maybe just needs to start using that pace like we saw at the beginning of his time at Manchester United and, of course, his time at Swansea, and use it positively. But a good response there from Leeds United. Hate to say it for the Everton fans we have in the chat, but a really good response from Leeds United. Llorente finds Rafinha here. Dan James is a very good player, says Curved. Well, if you've got Curved's approval, then that means you're a worldie. Is that right, Curved? Is that right? Afternoon, Sean. How are we doing, mate? How are we doing? He's saying, come on, Everton. I've got some black grapes today, if anyone's wondering. Not purple, black. Here's Rodrigo. Oh, lovely ball there. Really good play to find Harrison. It's going to be whipped in, and that's gone all the way over and out for a throw in the other side there. That was better play, though, from Leeds. They moved it fast. The cross at the end of the build-up play just wasn't good enough. Was not good enough. Overhit the pass by a mile. For those joining, the only goal of the game so far has come from the captain, Seamus Coleman. It was a lovely play down the right-hand side by Everton. I believe Gordon flicked it through to Donny van der Beek. Van der Beek pulled it across the box, and Llorente thought he'd done enough getting a tackle in, and Seamus Coleman was there, jogging on the spot. Must have got a nosebleed, he was that high up. Jogging on the spot to put it in. Here's Allen now. Bit of an underrated player, Allen, for Everton. Maybe some of his work goes a little bit uncredited in this Everton side. He can be very, with him being a defensive player, he doesn't seem to get all of the glory, but definitely an important player to this Everton team when they are on form. If he plays well, most of the time Everton will play well. Richarlison, looking forward there for Iwobi, but it's given away by Richarlison, and Struick just kicks it off Richarlison again. And is that gone out for a corner there? It has gone out for a corner there. Everton's high press has paid off. Won themselves a corner really from nothing, because Leeds look like they regained possession. In comes the corner then from Gordon. Gordon whips in the ball. Who's going to win that? Oh my gosh, I think that's off Michael Keane into the back of the net to make it 2-0. I think that was Michael Keane, a lovely header. If that's off Michael Keane, rather than the Leeds United defenders, there was a lot of bodies in there. I'm sure I'll have to see that one on the replay, but A lovely, lovely ball in as well. A really dangerous ball in the right area. The boys running on it from the back post. And a really, really good header. If that has that come off him? It is off Michael Keane. What a header that is from Michael Keane. A really good header. There's 3 Leeds United players there marking him. And he gets up above them. And it's a lovely ball as well. Give Anthony some credit there, Anthony Gordon, because that was a lovely ball in. A really, really good ball in. And Everton are 2-0 up in this game. 2-0 up. And it looks like a long, long way back for Leeds United. But just like against Aston Villa, they were 2-0 goals behind, so don't write Leeds out of it just quite yet. But this could be an absolute goal fest for Everton if they carry on playing this way. Dominic Calvert-Lewin there, just caught offside. Struck into Click. Llorente. Rolls it down to Luke Ayling. Luke Ayling looks up, looking for a cross. Plays it instead to Rafinha. Rafinha clips it in. Lovely ball. Oh my gosh, Luke Ayling might be through here. Can he get the ball down? No, he can't. Oh no, that's going to be a free kick for a high foot there. And Seamus Coleman was not happy with that tackle on Mason Holgate. There was no intention of it to hurt the other man, but it was clumsy from Luke Ayling as he tried to overhead kick it towards the goal. Very, very clumsy. And I'm sure that will be a yellow card. It was a really high foot. He had no right to even go for that. He was way behind it. Everywhere they go, Leeds get battered everywhere they go. Absolutely. Or at least they seem to be at the moment. The last Leeds game I think I did was the game against Man City where they lost like 7-0. And the whole intensity of the game just went out of it by half time. That was very clumsy though from Ayling inside the penalty box there. Good job it wasn't his own penalty box, I tell you what. Good job it wasn't his own penalty box. Both goals so far today coming as headers. And both from defenders as well. But that's what you need, isn't it? When your strikers are injured or haven't played for a little while, you need the rest of the team to start to chip in with some goals. Don't quite know what was going on with Dominic Calvert-Lewin there. He tried to get himself back onto his feet. And one of the Leeds United players was just sat in between his legs there for some strange reason. Richarlison, lovely turn. Drives infield here. He's going to roll one back. Oh, he's looking for John Joe Kenny there. He rolled it into Allen, and John Joe Kenny's done really well there, actually. A lovely bit of a Cruyff turn. Lovely again from John Joe Kenny into Anthony. Anthony's going to shoot easily into the hands, though, of Meslier. Probably the wrong decision. Probably should have tried to clip that in towards the back post where both Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin were waiting. But that's really good play so far from Everton. I've been impressed with them. They look like they're starting to take that mould of a Frank Lampard team at the moment. But Lampard, always keen on playing a 4-3-3. This is more of a 4-4-2. We haven't quite seen that. It's a 4-4-2 in defence, and in attack, Alex Iwobi bursting to get himself up and play as that third forward. Oh, lovely play there. Down that left-hand side by Harrison. Harrison's going to look up, looking for Luke Ayling down this right-hand side now. Luke Ayling whips it in. There's a couple of Leeds bodies in there. Cleared, though, by Michael Keane. Comes back out again to Luke Ayling. Tries to use a bit of fancy footwork to get away, but couldn't. And Richarlison is tackled by Dan James on the edge of the box and goes out for a... what was I going to say? I just got distracted there. I got distracted mid-sentence. How does that happen? For a throw-in. There we are. Curve says, I'd like to see you stream an Arsenal game, Sam. Absolutely. Let us know which game you want to see. I don't know when Arsenal aren't playing this weekend, are they? Because they're supposed to have Chelsea. Is that correct? Yes, it is. So yeah, I absolutely will do. Dan James takes a shot there Harrison from the edge of the box there, taking a drive. Afternoon, Stacey. How we doing? How are we doing? Everton 2-0 up. Goals coming from Michael Keane and Seamus Coleman. 2 headers have put Leeds United ahead. Everton ahead, against Leeds United inside 30 minutes. Rafinha on a corner here with a potential opportunity to get this ball whipped in nicely. Rafinha whips it in. Cleared at the front post by, I believe that was Richarlison there, and Gordon's done really well to take that down. And here goes Richarlison, and that'll be a foul there from Dan James, who's just broken up the counter-attack there. Knew what he was doing. I think, there we are. There's another yellow card coming out. There is another yellow card coming out. I tell you what, that is a very cynical foul, and I hate to say it, but it's a good bit of gamesmanship, because Anthony Gordon there, is anyone catching Anthony Gordon if he gets away from Dan James? Dan James is running the wrong way. He's the only man who can actually attack and get himself back as well. He's the only one who's quicker than probably Anthony Gordon on the whole field. So a very cynical piece of sports gamesmanship there. Ooh. A combination there of Koch and Struck managed to get them tackled Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Mason Holgate comes over, sweeps it out for a Leeds United throw-in. Going to be taken by Helga, who's just come on for Stuart Dallas, who has also had to make way inside 10 minutes. Stuart Dallas, who was starting at left back for today's game. Arsenal played last Thursday. Yes, they did. And Stacey says, I'm fine, thanks. Just happy with the Saints game. 1-1. Yeah, that was a big shock. A really, really big shock. What's going on at Manchester United? Who knows? Only they know, really. Only they know. It's only temporary, though, isn't it? It's not like they've got him on a long-term contract. Allen there, doing really well. He got knocked over twice there, the Brazilian, and still got himself back on his feet. And eventually, the referee did give a foul from Matthias Klick. He did really, really well to get himself back onto his feet and then just deemed to have been fouled that time. 30 minutes on the clock. Allen's going to take this free kick as well now to look to punt one up the field. Or is he going to take it short? No, he's left it instead to Mason Holgate, who's going to clip one over, looking for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who's jumped at the back post. Llorente wins it and cleared up the field by, I believe that was Robin Koch. Here goes Rafinha, who cuts inside Donny van der Beek. Lovely ball. Oh, just slightly ahead of Rodrigo there. Just slightly. It was a great ball from Rafinha, and if he'd just taken off a slight inch of that pass, that would have been a lovely, lovely ball, but ends up rolling through to Jordan Pickford. Have I ever thought of playing FIFA 22? I do play FIFA 22, but I play on Xbox, and I don't quite understand how to stream off Xbox. And if I did, I'd probably do it on a different channel, just because I am quite aware that a lot of the people who follow me follow for actual football content, but who knows. I was on Xbox One, not to flex on you or anything, Stacey, just because you brought it up. In Ultimate Team, I was in the top 20% of elite players at the end of the last season, so I'd like to think I'm pretty good. I'm decent, anyway. I'm decent. What is going through Marcelo Bielsa's head at the moment? Can't seem to get much right. Can he, the Leeds United boss? Finds himself 2 goals adrift. Again. Just like they did in midweek. What's just gone on there? Is he making him retake the goal kick? He's just, brilliant. Making him retake the goal kick there. The referee's seen something he didn't like. Apparently outside the box by the looks of things. Jordan Pickford's goal kick there. And the referee making him retake. I mean, fair play to him. Fair play to him. Most keepers wouldn't have been most referees, sorry, wouldn't have been bothered, would they? They wouldn't have been bothered. So fair play, you know. Fair play. Pickford clears it long. Won back, though, by Leeds, and they can only succeed in giving the ball back to Michael Keane there, who tries to play one forward looking for Iwobi. It's easily read, though, and that's a lovely switch there, looking for Rafinha, but just too much power on it for the Brazilian to get that under control. It was an absolute arrow from Helder, the young Norwegian left-back, an absolute arrow, but maybe just put too much on it. Leeds need to step this up. They really do. They need to step this up dramatically. Oh, John Joe Kenny, bit of a dodgy touch there. Still managed to find his man. Click tries to header it back inside. He's only succeeded in giving it to Richarlison, though. Richarlison looks forward for Iwobi. It's read, though, by Struick, or whatever you want to call him. Harrison, good feet there, finds Dan James. Dan James has given the ball away, though, this time. Leeds, they need to maintain the possession. It's a bit scrappy at the moment from both sides. Allen driving into a bit of space. He's tackled, though, Allen is. And, Richarlison there. I don't know if that's just the reaction of the Leeds United player who went over Richarlison's tackle that made that look worse. It was Rodrigo. But it didn't look like a nice tackle. I don't think he knows he's coming, you know. I don't think he knows he's coming. He goes to make a tackle to win the ball. I think he knows there's someone coming, but he does also pull out of it, and it is a little bit clumsy from Richarlison there, but definitely not really a bookable offence because he does try pull out of it. That's a lovely ball. Oh, Luke Ayling's just overran that there. Leeds just managed to get a bit of a break in the defence there from Everton, just in between sort of the fullback and the centre half. He just managed to get a bit of a gap, and unfortunately couldn't quite keep the ball in play there. Luke Ayling just overhit the touch. 0-0 in the other games, says Oliver. I was just looking for that actually, Oliver. So good stuff. And the lineups are out as well for Chelsea's finale today. Let's have a look at the Chelsea team. Let's have a look. Chelsea. Mendy, Christensen, Silva, Rudiger, Aspilicueta, Hudson-Odoi, Kante, Kovacic, Mount, Havertz, Lukaku. That is the team for today for Chelsea, which kicks off in just under an hour's time. Richarlison finds Iwobi Wankanobi. Iwobi whipped in there by... it was a dangerous ball into a dangerous area there. There was no Everton players, though, in the box to get themselves onto it. No Everton players anywhere to be seen there. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's too bothered about putting his hair back in a bobble by the looks of things. Oh, Llorente's living life dangerously here. Rolls it into Ayling. Ayling might have given the ball away there. That's well won by Donny van der Beek. Here's Richarlison. Finds Iwobi. Iwobi bends one. Just wide. But that was all Leeds' own undoing there. They were playing the ball around in a silly position. Donny van der Beek, fair play, played well, won the ball back, and Iwobi maybe should have hit the target from there. He had a man in front of him, so he had to try bend one or try do something a little bit more creative. But the nephew of JJ Okocha should definitely have done better there. 100% there for me. 100%. We've got 7 minutes left until half time. Don't go anywhere at half time, guys, because we will be having another round of the football quiz. We'll be having another round. Leeds are falling apart again. Why does that sound like you're trying to sing that, Sean? Like love will tear us apart. Leeds are falling apart again. Maybe that's just my brain going on a tangent. Frank Lampard will be pleased with the opening 38 or so minutes. Maybe not pleased with the last 10. It's been a little bit, Leeds have started to get themselves in, but you'd expect that anyway as they try to build and try to get themselves a goal. But for the most part, Everton's attacking play looks fluid and it looks good. Van der Beek. Oh. Clips one forward there. Looking for Richarlison. Richarlison, though, can't quite get onto the end of it. Rafinha distributes it to the centre half, who then hoofs it up looking for Luke Ayling. And they've given the ball away again here. Here's Richarlison. Finds the feet of Gordon, who's got a bit of room. Looking for DCL. DCL, can he turn now on the edge of the box? No. Easily read by, I believe that was Robin Koch coming back, doing his defensive duties. Calvert-Lewin, he just doesn't look quite there at the moment. I'd say he's maybe at 90%. He just looks a little bit, I hate to say it, looks a little bit clunky at the moment. But of course, he has been injured for a long, sustained period of this season, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So it will take a little while for him to get back fully and into the Everton side and mobilised in the Everton side fully. Llorente is going to clip one forward there, looking for he was looking for Harrison, but he's well nicked again by Allen. Allen seems to be everywhere at the moment. Allen does. And, they've given the ball away again here, Leeds. It's to Anthony Gordon this time. And Gordon fancies his chances going past Llorente. And he rolls it across the box. And that might find Sir Richarlison. Oh, my gosh, what a tackle that is. A brilliant tackle. Falls to the edge of the box for Iwobi. And that's taken a deflection. Off click for a corner ball. What a tackle that was from Richarlison. But on Richarlison's shot from the young man Helga at left back, but he should have unleashed sooner. Gordon did so well. Goes down to the byline, pulls it back, takes a deflection there off. I believe that was Robin Koch. It takes a deflection off, and he just didn't move towards the ball quick enough. Richarlison, he was waiting for it to come towards him. Gave Helga the opportunity to get themselves back into this now. Anthony Gordon whips in the corner. DCL's running towards the back post there. It's fallen to Donny van der Beek, though. John Joe Kenny finds the feet of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Back into Donny van der Beek. Here's Kenny again. Oh, Kenny's overhit that pass there and he's given it away. And you don't want to give it away to Rafinha. And Rafinha, that would have been some ball if it had pulled that off by Allen. Allen, reads it again. Really well read there by the Everton defensive midfielder, and Leeds gave the ball away once again. Leeds need to maintain some pressure. They do. They need to maintain some pressure. It's not been good enough so far. Not been good enough. Iwobi tries to flip one round the corner. Luke Ayling able to read that one though. A few fans on the sideline making their feelings known about this performance so far. That's a lovely ball from Richarlison. Oh, it falls to Allen. Maybe the wrong player for that to fall to there. Not known for his shooting, the Brazilian. In Allen, that is, not Richarlison. Richarlison is known for his shooting. And Luke Ayling, I swear he was fouled there by Alex Iwobi. Referees decided to give the advantage to Leeds United, even though they were in their own half. And Leeds have given the ball away again there. Richarlison wins the ball back this time. Here's Allen now into Donny van der Beek. Donny van der Beek finds Iwobi. Iwobi with a lovely first-time pass into Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Oh! Good save by Illan Meslier to tip that one round. And that might have gone out for a throw-in. I don't know with the angle that was on that. But that's better. And that's better from Alex Iwobi as well. The first time pass was delightful. Great diagonal run there from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. A brilliant diagonal run And a good save by Illan Meslier. He'd have been annoyed to have been beaten by that. It has actually gone out for a corner ball. And Anthony Gordon's gone out to take this. It's going to be an in-swinger this time for Anthony Gordon. The first in-swinger of the game for him. Oh, and that's a poor cross there. He looked to it that towards the front post, but easily cleared. Had no height, no pace, nothing. And Donny van der Beek, really well played there. Stops his attacking opportunities there. And Brightford are winning, apparently. Morpie with the goal. Harrison looking forward. He was looking for Helga, but it was easily intercepted by Coleman in the end. Goes long again. Here's Harrison again, picking up some space. And that's a lovely turn by Rodrigo. And Rodrigo might be able to get a shot off here. And that's blocked by Michael Keane. It just opened up for him there, Rodrigo. I thought he was going to take it almost. There was two opportunities there where he had to shoot. Obviously, he took the latter. But the first opportunity was definitely an opportunity that he should have taken. In comes the corner from Harrison. They've played it short to Click. Click's going to whip one in for a different angle. Cleared out the front post. Falls to Richarlison at the edge of the box. And now to Donny van der Beek, who just hoofs the ball clear, taking no chances. 44 minutes on the clock. We've got less than a minute left of this first half. And then whatever added time we get. Rafinha, Rodrigo, Rafinha. Oh, I was going to say, if Leeds could get themselves a goal before half-time, that would change the complexion of this game. And, oh, that's a brilliant ball for Alex Iwobi. Dominic Calvert-Lewin just took his eye off it, though. Here's Anthony Gordon. Gordon into DCL. Richarlison has John Joe Kenny for support. Kenny, he's going to try whip that across the box there, and a bit of a poor cross there on his left foot, and it goes out behind for a Leeds United goal kick. How many minutes of added time do we have at the end of this first half? We've got 2 minutes for Leeds to get themselves a goal. If they do get themselves a goal, it'll change the complexion of this first half. And of course the team talk at half time for Frank Lampard and of course Marcelo Bielsa. Long ball there, looking for Dan James. Easily won, though, by the Everton centre-halves, who are towering over 5'10" or 5'8" of Dan James. Mason Holgate clips one forward. Oh, that might fall there for Anthony Gordon, but Illan Meslier, more than alert. More than alert. Agent Roy trying to help. Click. Finds Rafinha, who's been pretty quiet for the most part of this first half. He's going to pull it to Rodrigo. Oh my gosh, he's hit the bar again. It's not Rodrigo's day whatsoever. He puts his head in his hands and oh my gosh. What a strike again from Rodrigo. What a strike. He's so close once again to scoring for Leeds United, Rodrigo. It's a delicate strike. It's a thunderous strike, and he's rattled the bar. Pickford's beaten. He's never getting there, Jordan Pickford. What a strike that is. And unfortunately, the bar, unfortunately from a Leeds United perspective, the bar has stopped what would have been an absolute peach, an absolute worldie of a goal from this Brazilian-born Spaniard, Rodrigo. How close can you get without scoring? That's what Rodrigo must be asking. And that is half-time. Everton 2. Leeds United 0. Everton 2. Leeds United 2. And let's reflect, guys, on that first half. Because that first half was simply mental. There was so much going on. Leeds hitting the crossbar twice, but Everton, for the most part of this half, have been the better side. And the fact is, the opportunities that have fallen Everton's way, Leeds United's way, so far in this game, they have been minimal, and they have been snapshots. But Rodrigo, that's nearly all he needed, twice in a row. Everton, though, so good in that first 20 minutes or so, moving the play nice and sharply, moving it around fast. A brilliant, brilliant first 20 minutes. And then, of course, Leeds were always going to get themselves into the game at some point, weren't they? They absolutely were. But, guys, let's do a bit of a half-time game. Let me go get the game. It's just sat over on the side. And we'll do a football quiz. And what we'll do is we will do... if I can find some Everton-related footballers or some Leeds United. I doubt there will be, because this was from like 2 and a bit years ago. So there won't have really been any big-time Leeds United players that have gone on to do anything in the last 2 years. I don't know. I don't think so, though. I do not think so. But let's have a look. I'll try find some Everton. I'm sure there'll be a Romelu Lukaku in here to have a quiz with. At the moment, or a James Rodriguez, or someone like that, or one of those. Let's have a look for you. Let's have a look. Aaron Moy's in this. Aaron Moy is in this. Are you kidding me? It's called Football Stars. This is World Football Stars, the game, and Aaron Moy, formerly of Huddersfield Town and now in China, I believe, is in this. That is mental. That is absolutely mental. Da-da-da-da. Right, I'll try and find an actual Everton player. If not, we can do Super Frankie Lampard. I have found an Everton player, but he is not one of the players that I want to even discuss about. Let's have a look. None in there. Fraser says, yes, halftime game. Absolutely. We always have halftime games on this channel. I don't know why you say that as if we don't. Let's have a look. Any more Everton or Leeds United related players? I don't think so. There's one. There's two. Ah. Like buses. They don't come and then they all come at once. And yeah, that's it. Right. James Rodriguez quiz, ladies and gents. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh. Are you ready? Let's find out. Let's find out if you are ready. So, James Rodriguez. Let's start it off. Start off the halftime game. Nice and simple. Which country does James Rodriguez play for? Which country does James Rodriguez play for? Start you off nice and easy. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't already, do be sure to smash that like button for us. Greatly helps out the channel. We're currently on 5. Let's try and get ourselves up to 10. So the question is, which country does James Rodriguez play for? To get ourselves started. What is that question? I did not understand that question. Come on, Fraser. Let's have it. Cumbria. Not Cumbria. I know where you meant to put. I'm feeling like autocorrect did you dirty there. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like autocorrect did you dirty there, Fraser. I know where you meant to say. I know where you meant to say, Fraser. You meant to say Colombia. 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 Yes, that is correct. He is a Colombian, as I'm sure we will all remember from the 2014 World Cup. Speaking of the 2014 World Cup, which team signed Rodriguez immediately after the 2014 World Cup? Which team signed James Rodriguez immediately after the 2014 World Cup? Wake up, chat. I know, Fraser, I know. I've been trying to prompt it all day, but it's just a bit quiet at the moment. Just a bit quiet at the moment. At least you get your own personalised halftime game, Fraser. So enjoy, where you've got to answer about the club you dislike because you're a Liverpool fan. I've just realised I've not even had any lunch today. You've gone with Real Madrid, Fraser. So, which team signed Rodriguez immediately after the 2014 World Cup? Just before I give you the answer, can you tell me which club he was at before the 2014 World Cup, Fraser? Can you tell me where he was at before? Because I think that's an interesting question as well, actually. I know the answer to it, but do you, Fraser? Let me know. The amount of these questions are about the 2014 World Cup. Shows when James Rodriguez peaked, doesn't it? Just showing us the Brighton goal here. That is a finish. I'm not sure Morpay meant to do it, but that is a finish. Right, we'll give you the correct answer. So the correct answer, Fraser, you are correct. It is Real Madrid. And for the bonus point was Monaco. Monaco was the team that they signed him from. I'm going to double check that. I'm like 90... Oh, I've just dropped my card down my seat, for God's sake. I'm like 99.99999% certain it was Monaco. But yeah, that's where he was before. James Rodriguez. It was, and he was at Porto before that. Afternoon, Shah. How we doing? What individual trophy did James Rodriguez win at the 2014 World Cup? What individual trophy? How did Mark Gahey not give away a penalty there? He's just got his hand up in the air. Sorry, I'm just watching the highlights from the games so far, and that's a definite penalty. Crystal Palace have got away with one there. Hate to say it, Oliver, but got away with one. Absolutely got away with one. Do be sure to smash that like button for us, guys, if you are enjoying this stream. Shah, the question is... Where's it gone? Where have I just put that? I'm so stupid. I have literally just had that in my hand, and I don't know what I've done with it. What have I done with that? Oh, it's in front of me. I'm so... What individual trophy did Rodriguez win at the 2014 World Cup? What individual trophy? So that would be... let me give you an example without saying it. That would be like best player, silver award, like playmaker award or something like that. What do you reckon it was? I don't know. Shah, surely you can make a guess. Every time I do a halftime game, I always ask the questions and then you all go, I don't know. And then you moan at me when I don't do a halftime quiz. You know this. I can guarantee you that you know this. I can guarantee you that you know this. And as soon as I say it, you guys will be fuming because it's the most obvious individual award a player can win at a tournament. Shall I search on Google? It's the easiest. This is the easiest question. Admittedly, you guys were probably 5 at the 2014 World Cup, but that's not the point. It's so easy. You're going to kick yourself, and I'm going to reveal it in less than a minute. Shah says maybe Golden Boot. Hallelujah! It's the Golden Boot. He was the top goal scorer at the 2014 World Cup. There you are. I'm sure Google helped you out with that one, but there you are. Moving on. What was on Rodriguez's arm as he celebrated a goal against Brazil at the 2014 World Cup? Was it white paint, a bird, an insect, or a flower? That is the weirdest question I think I've ever seen. That is the weirdest question. What was on Rodriguez's arm as he celebrated a goal against Brazil at the 2014 World Cup? Was it A, white paint, B, a bird, C, an insect, or D, a flower? What was the question? The question was, what was on Rodriguez's arm as he celebrated a goal against Brazil at the 2014 World Cup? Was it A, white paint, B, a bird, C, an insect, or D, a flower? Shah's gone with a bird. A bird? Mistake. I want to get proof of this. What do you think it is? A, white paint, B, a bird, C, an insect, or D, a flower? Fraser's gone with a bird as well. Let me see if I can find it. What does it say it is? Bro, what? 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 Nah. Stacey's gone with flower. Shah's then retracting it with an insect. Let me swap over here. Look at this. What on earth is this? If I could find the picture. Open image in new tab. What is this? Bro, what? Look at the size of that. It's a grasshopper. It's an insect. The correct question is an insect. Look at the size of it. What? How have I never heard about that before? Surely that's got to be an edit. Surely. Look at the size of it. That surely must be an edit. I'm trying to find like a legit one. What on earth? Oh, he just had a grasshopper on his arm throughout the entirety of that. I can't believe it. That is mental. That is absolutely mental. I'm not going to lie to you. That is really mental. The teams are just coming out onto the pitch for the second half. Now we've discussed James Rodriguez or James Rodriguez. I've never seen that. I've literally never seen that before in my life. I'm not quite sure how. Surely I would have picked up on that. But I guess the correct answer is The correct answer is a giant insect had landed on his arm. And we're going to leave it there as the players. I'm absolutely mind blown by that. I'm absolutely mind blown by that picture of James Rodriguez with a massive grasshopper on his arm. Is anyone else find that as weird and slightly sickly as I did? Leeds are making some substitutions here to start off this second half. I do believe they've made 2 substitutions. Adam Forshaw and Tyler Roberts coming on. Are we still on 3 substitutions or 5? Because if it's 3, they've used up all their subs already. Gotta hope no one gets injured. I think we're on 5 though, aren't we? And we are underway for the second half then, ladies and gents. Underway in the second half. I cannot believe that photo of James Rodriguez, man. Surely that can't be real. Surely. Shah used Google and still guessed it wrong, first of all. So, his fault. His fault. Cannot believe that. That has absolutely blown my mind. Luke Ayling hits one long there. It's won, though, by Michael Keane. And Dan James only succeeds in playing that out for a throw-in for Everton. Let me check the substitutions that have happened at half-time. As I said, Adam Forshaw and Tyler Roberts have come on for Leeds United. And Rafinha has come off. Wow. Rafinha has made way. And I'm assuming it'd be Cock or Click who has made way for the other one. And oh my gosh. What a save that was from Meslier. A lovely strike from Anthony Gordon, who's not been afraid to shoot so far in this game, Anthony Gordon. He's been really good as the young man. Still only 20 years old. Forshaw switches it for Harrison. Harrison rolls it down that line, looking for Helga. Helga whips it in, cleared though by Michael Keane, who got his head on it. Fraser, you can't say Lampard who, because Lampard has a better trophy cabinet than the entirety of Liverpool Football Club have over the last 20 years. And Lampard hasn't played for at least 6 of them. Let's see how Leeds respond, though, in this second half. It's got to be a good response from Leeds United. It has to be. There is only one way that this Leeds United side can go, and it's surely better. They can't get much worse than they were in those first 20 minutes or so. And Everton, wow, how good were they in those first 20 minutes? But let's see. Let's see how those substitutions change this second half. Will they change them at all? Will they have the impact that Marcelo Bielsa wants? Oh, that's well nipped by Adam Forshaw, who's looking to roll that one into Tyler Roberts, and easily read and intercepted there by Mason Holgate. I still do find it funny that people think that Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard as a manager at the moment, they're trying to decide who's better, and they go off what a manager was able to achieve in Scotland when the Scottish leagues aren't as good. Don't get me wrong. Oh, here goes Dominic Calvert-Lewin down this left-hand side, who's looking to roll that back in towards Richarlison. Don't get me wrong, going unbeaten is a very, very impressive thing. But also, it is Scotland, and Scottish football, in terms of overall quality, is a 2-horse race. And if you were to look at the competitiveness, oh my God, that might fall to Dan James at the back post there. Dan James tries to shift it onto his left foot, and he's blazed it over. If you look at the overall competitiveness of of the of the Scottish Premier League over the last, well, over its entirety, it's just nowhere near the level of like the Premier League and the Championship. And so in itself, by going to one of those two teams, there is an expectation, don't get me wrong, that you're supposed to do well, but also an expectation, obviously this expectation weighs heavy on some of the players, but also the expectation that it will be Rangers and Celtic battling for that top two. And if you don't finish there, that's your problem. And Rangers weren't good. Celtic, weren't as good that season as they have been previously. I just think, yes, it's a big fate and take away nothing from it, but also need to put it in some realism. We've got Palmeiras in the Club World Cup final. That's what we've got. That gets underway in 20 minutes, actually. 20 minutes. So I'll stick that on whilst I cook me tea. I've not had any lunch, so I'll probably have me just have a earlier tea sort of thing. Allen into Richarlison, back into Allen, into Iwobi. Iwobi's trying to pick out a pass here, looking for Seamus Coleman. Coleman does manage to get in behind. Pardon me. Excuse me, that was awful. Joshua is saying Rangers have more history than most clubs in the English Premier League because they've won 121 trophies or something. Does he realise it's not the Premier League? I mean, he can't just say just because they've won that number of trophies, because that then dials back to what I just said about competitiveness. You know what I mean? Because if it's a two-horse race and you go, oh yeah, we're a bigger club because we've won 121 things. All right, yeah, cool, you've won 121 things. Have the debate with Celtic. But I don't think you can have the debate elsewhere that you're a more historic or a bigger club. Rangers haven't won the Champions League or the European Cup. They haven't. And so, yes, they're a historic club. They've been around a lot. They've won a lot in Scotland. But on the continent, in terms of the competitiveness on the league, it minimises the level in which this Rangers team can be compared to, because at the end of the day, what makes the Premier League so great is that not every team wins it in the last however many. What makes the Premier League so great is the fact that not every year is the same team winning it. Yes, we've had Man City dominate over the last 10, 15, not even 10, 15 years, last 10 years. But in that time, we've still had Liverpool win one. If you include in the last 10 years, it lasts 11 years, United have won one, Liverpool have won one, Chelsea have won one, Leicester have won one. And so in the last 10 or so years, yes, City have won 6 out of the 11 per se, if we're including Manchester United's thingies in that 10-year category, because this will be the 10th year, I do believe. I think I've got that right. But, Rodrigo looking to pull one back there. But if you can say it's dominated and say, yes, it's a two-horse race, and it has been for the last couple of years between two particular teams. But Celtic and Rangers have been like that all the time, for a long, long period of time. The last 15, 20 years that I have been engaged in football, it's always been them. Of course, there was the points deducted, the relegations, but even still, the rate that Rangers went back up the divisions, is that what he's including in that? Them winning the Division 4 of the Scottish leagues, is that included in there as well? Is that one of the 121 trophies? Because if so, well, you can take off 3 of them, because you should be winning that. You know, a club like Rangers should be able to. Of course, I admire the fact that they've come back from administration and stuff like that, and nothing to take away from that, but Rangers, they're just not in the conversation. Celtic are more in the conversation because they've won European Cups. If you're going to say that a Scottish team are more historical or a bigger club than a Premier League team, i.e. say Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal, you've got to start on Celtic. You can't start on Rangers because they've just not won anything on the continent. And I'm sorry, I don't agree with the big club ethos, but that has to be in there. That has to be in there. The fact that they've never won one and they try and claim to be one of these big superpowers, no chance, not for me. Donny van der Beek has just gone down here. He's just, I think he just caught himself there as he tried to move out the way of one of the Leeds United players. Just caught his lip. I think he's ended up biting his own lip. Bit of a painful one there. Palace need a spark. On, got a stream, and it's boring really. Yeah, this one's been a bit quiet in this opening 10 minutes as well. Any team in England, in the English Premier League, could win that in Scotland. Absolutely. I think if Rangers and Celtic were to realistically be chucked into the Premier League, I'd say maybe 12th they'd finish, max. I think 12th. I genuinely think 12th would be the max that either of them had finished, because I think if you were to play Southampton against them, I think Southampton would give them a real good run for their money. And don't even get me started on the standard of the rest of that league. Donny van der Beek is back on his feet, and we'll get ourselves back underway here. Mason Holgate clips one long, looking for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who stands his ground there. Here's Richarlison. Lovely bit of play there. Richarlison again. Giving the ball away though. Harrison tries to play up the field, deflects off Alex Iwobi. Fraser says they might survive but it could be difficult. If Celtic would be in the Prem, they would do better than Rangers. I've always thought that as well, to be honest with you, but I don't know. I just think if you're going to compare them within the country. That's like comparing Real Madrid to Manchester United. You can do it, but it doesn't really have the same effect because you play in different leagues. You can look at trophies. Yeah, trophies mean something. But like with Josh Wilkinson, 121 trophies, they mean nothing if not one of them is the Champions League. It means nothing. Or the European Cup, or the Europa Cup, or whatever you want to call them. It means nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's a naive way to look at Scottish football in itself, to compare it and to bring it in, because I think Scottish fans, they love Scottish football for it being Scottish football. There's nothing like it, and you can take that as a good and you can take that as a negative as well. But how many times in the last 15, 20 years has the favourites of the league fallen outside of Celtic or Rangers? I think very, very few times. Leeds trying to get themselves on the counter-attack here, trying to move the ball a little bit faster. Forshaw to take a throw in, looking for Dan James. Dan James is clattered into there by Jordan Pickford. I'm not sure who clattered into who there, but both have come off. Jordan Pickford's back on his feet, and Dan James has come off a little bit worse for wear there. The Welshman. Real Madrid won 13 European Cups. So Madrid have lots of history in Europe. Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. They are one of the most historic clubs. They're one of the world's largest clubs in terms of fan base, trophies, everything. Global success. They are one of the world's largest clubs. Imagine if we went back to the divs instead of league, would be good, which means smaller clubs could have a chance to play clubs lower than them and actually do well, if that makes sense. Imagine if we went back to the divs instead of the league. What do you mean? The divs instead of the league. Struick clips it down the line. Adam Forshaw there. A little bit of a hefty tackle on Adam Forshaw there by Donny van der Beek, who has got, the best way I can describe it, as a tampon style thing in his nose at the moment to stop the blood from rushing from his nose. He looks like he's actually suffered a nosebleed in that period of time. Forshaw. Oh, a little bit of a slip there from Helga. Back into Forshaw though. Strick goes back to Ilham Meslier, who's had very little to do in terms of, well, I wouldn't say very little to do, but in terms of actually distributing the ball himself, he's not really had a great deal. It's all just been shot after shot after shot after shot he's been saving. Oh, the divisions back in 1980. I don't know how they used to work, but I'd love if one year we just turned around and like inverted all of the leagues and then see how many years it takes for everyone to move up and down. That would be good. Everton fans look fuming here. Not sure what's going on. There might have been someone running on the pitch there. Harrison absolutely flattened there by Seamus Coleman, who did his defensive duties nicely. Helga's going to take the throw in though. Throws it back to Struick. Let's have a bit more energy in the second half now. We need something to pick up. Need something. In the 1970s to the 80s, they did the division thing instead of leagues do. It was like Div 1 and Div 2. Div 1 was basically the Prem, but the lower clubs were in Div 1. Oh, right, so they like flipped it. Is that what you mean? I don't really know, but it would be cool if we could like move, say, the 20 teams in the Premier League, move everyone around, so and drag and drop them. I've never heard about this before. Imagine if the FA Cup was like a league instead of a cup. That would be cool. I mean, it would be, but it would be absolute chaos as well. It would be the longest league in the world, I tell you what. Unless it was just an all beats all, but then you just go back into you just go into a knockout situation there, don't you? Because could you imagine having to play 2 fixtures against every single club that enters into the FA Cup? That would be absolutely mental. How are you older than us? Well, apparently Chelsea didn't exist till 2005, so there's no point in me even looking to the 1980s. I've genuinely never paid any attention to that. Luke Ayling looked to clip one down the line there and just out of play for a goal kick for Everton. 62 minutes on the clock. This game is losing a bit of its sting, I must say. Cleared up the field by Pickford. Is that going to fall to Van der Beek? No, it falls to Dan James instead. Rodrigo distributes backwards. Here's Jack Harrison with a bit of room. He's going to go up against Alex Iwobi. Harrison gives the ball away to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Is there an opportunity here for the counter-attack? Seamus Coleman. Oh, he's just taken too long on the ball there, and it's nicked back by Harrison and goes out for a Everton throw-in. Oh, my mouth. Long throw in there by Seamus Coleman. Looking for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin manages to win another throw in here. Referee just speaking to Seamus Coleman about something there. something he didn't like. Richarlison tries to wriggle into a bit of room here, tries to go down that line, and Struijk does his defensive duties well. But Richarlison's fuming there. I think he was appealing for a free kick after his shirt being pulled back there. To be fair though, if there was extra time or pens in the league in England, that would change a lot, but would be sick. I just want a change in the leagues, as at least they should get rid of the Carabao Cup. Yeah, maybe they could spice it up, but I feel like you just end up back in the same position anyway. The only way you would spice it up is by doing like a Champions League style thing, but why would you do a Champions League style thing in just internally, if you know what I mean, just in your own country? It'd just be a bit boring. It'd just be like a mini Premier League, wouldn't it? Tyler Roberts trying to play in Luke Ayling. He's been so hard working up down that right hand side, Luke Ayling, so far in this game. Credit where credit's due. The result so far might not be going the correct way for Everton, but it's definitely looking better, and it's looking up for for Leeds. It is looking better, and the hard work of Luke Ayling is absolutely fantastic. Everton have been really good though in patches in that first 20 minutes, and which has ultimately made the most of this game and changed the most important stat of all. Alex Iwobi here wins the ball back. Is he going to be able to roll that into Gordon, who tries to clip it forward? Good defensive play though, and it goes back into the hands of Meslier. Nice easy one there. Remember the Super League? God, I don't want to. Thanks, Shah. It's weird that you say that though, because Louis' video about the Super League popped up as a suggested one on my phone earlier. Rodrigo here. Oh, he's just over his pass again. Just over hit it, looking for Jack Harrison. Put a bit too much venom on that one. Bit too much venom. I wonder why they took Rafinha off, I wonder. He can't be pleased with that being taken off at half time. He wasn't good though in the first half. He didn't get any service or anything. But he must be fuming getting taken off. In a game like Everton as well, where the opposition isn't a ridiculously high opponent, if you know what I mean, in terms of ability, you must be fuming for a player like Rafinha, who could easily walk into any top six side. Here's Allen, clips one forward, looking for Dominic Calvert-Lewin there. It is intercepted. Helga into Rodrigo. Rodrigo, lovely ball, looking forward there, looking to go down the line there, and just not quite on the same wavelength with Tyler Roberts, who just didn't really run for it at all. We are finished as a club, says Shah. We said the manager or Ronaldo was the problem. Who knows what the problem is at Manchester United at the moment? Who knows? Oh, Dominic Calvert-Lewin there might have just given the ball away. Donny van der Beek does really well though to recover it as he slipped. Here goes John Joe Kenny with a bit of space. Lovely ball from Gordon into Iwobi. Iwobi tries to go past his man, and that's sloppy from Alex Iwobi there. Really sloppy. I don't understand, I really don't understand the whole Ronaldo is the problem thing. Oh, can he get past there? Harrison, no, it's really good defensive play. I tell you what, Harrison's been good so far in this game. He's created a few opportunities, but he's just had such a tough time that Seamus Coleman is actually the man that's keeping him in the back pocket at the moment. He really is. He's been good today, Seamus Coleman. I know a lot of people have criticised him and maybe said maybe he's a little bit out of his depth now. But today against Jack Harrison's not really had too much in the way of opportunities to get the ball forward. Yeah, I don't understand the whole thing with Ronaldo being the problem. Like, I get it, but I don't understand why that would ever be a logical thing. Because, you know, the discussion was there with Tottenham Hotspur, wasn't it? A few seasons ago, that Harry Kane, was he holding back the rest of the team? Because when Harry Kane didn't play, Heung-min Son, Lucas Moura, whoever else was in the team, even Dele, they all scored more goals. But, Rodrigo's going to take one from the edge of the box there. They all scored more goals. But then, when it came to the big games, you needed Harry Kane. You did just need Harry Kane because he was the clinical goal scorer. That's where the goals were going to come. That was the truth, wasn't it? And now United are sat in the same position where they're blaming Ronaldo, and Ronaldo isn't really the problem. It's the setup around him. If you knew you were going to, say for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, if he knew he was going to get Cristiano Ronaldo, you would not try and set up a pressing formation. That would be the problem. That would be the problem. Why would you set up a pressing formation if you're trying to get Cristiano Ronaldo? Because Ronaldo's not going to do that work right now. He's 37. CR37. Lol. Right. Let me get the Chelsea game up as well. Maybe there'll be some excitement if I do that. There we are. I've still got the chat open so I can see you guys. Tuchel looks handsome, says says Shah. On comes Dele. Dele is coming on, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin is going to be making way for Dele Alli. The 40 million pound transfer. Afternoon, Anand. He says people don't know ball if they blame Cristiano Ronaldo for Manchester United problems. I would have to agree with that. I think it's a little bit unfair on Cristiano Ronaldo. He scores way too many goals and way too many important goals, especially in the Champions League, to blame Cristiano Ronaldo for that. I just think it's naive. I think it's United fans looking to scapegoat a reason for them being rubbish, and the real reason is they are rubbish more than anything else. It's that more than anything else, and they've just not been great. Yeah, a long time no see, Anand. It's been a little while, hasn't it, dude? It has been a little while. Admittedly, it does mean that I have tried to put some ground in on the FPL, but you're still absolutely battering me looking at the FPL. But fair play. How are we doing, mate? How are we doing? 72 minutes on the clock, and Chelsea have got underway as well in their game. So hopefully they can get themselves a goal. Here's Gordon. Finds Iwobi, Wankanobi. Iwobi's going to shoot. I don't know why he shot there. You can't shoot through a player. It's going to fall to Donny van der Beek. Into Dele. Dele clips it forward. Looking for Gordon there. Dele Alli with a number 36. Sam, don't include me when you said anything you said about United fans, lol. I know, Shah. You seem to be relatively... you seem to be relatively down to earth when it comes to Manchester United. Oh, lovely play there. Oh, is that going to fall for Alex Iwobi in the box? Alex Iwobi shot on the turn. Blocked, though, by the Leeds United defender. Probably should have rolled that back to Ali there. Dele tries to get the ball down. Rodrigo tries to nick it. It's won there by Jack Harrison instead. Here's Dan James. Dan James looking to roll one into the corner. Looking for Tyler Roberts. And Roberts, unfortunately, isn't that quick. It definitely isn't that quick. Overhit the pass there from the Welsh winger, Dan James. Alex Iwobi has just gone into the book as well. 73 minutes on the clock. Still Everton 2, Leeds United 0. The goals coming from Seamus Coleman and Michael Keane. Both headers, one from a corner, the second one from Michael Keane from a corner. And then I just saw Charles' comment about Pogba and Jorginho. Shh, shh. And the first one as well was a really nice, actually really well built up goal. Donny van de Beek rolled it across the box. Ended up being that it was Llorente who pinged it back across, trying to tackle Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And then Seamus Coleman nodded home inside 8 minutes. So it's been the same score for at least 50 minutes of this game now. Leeds United haven't really threatened, other than two wonderful strikes from Rodrigo, which have rattled the crossbar twice. The first one on the volley, which was very Luis Suarez-esque against Norwich City, and the second one was a delightful curler, which rattled the top of the crossbar as well. So Leeds United very quiet. Anand says, I need a Rafinha goal and assist. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Rafinha got subbed off at half-time. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Anand, but he got subbed off at half-time. He was really poor in that first half. So quiet, but also in the same. He didn't get the delivery he needed or a player of his quality needs. He was very quiet in the first half, though. I believe they brought on Tyler Roberts for him. The Palmeiras striker tried a bicycle kick, apparently, in the Chelsea game. Have it. Seamus Coleman into Alex Iwobi. Iwobi, lovely drop of the shoulder there, into Allen. Allen went for a nutmeg there, and Helga was having none of it. He gave him a bit of a shove over as well. All smiles, though, between the two players, and it will be an Everton throw-in. Coleman into the feet of Richarlison, cleared though by the Leeds United defenders. Leeds still not out of this. The longer they leave this at 2-0 Everton and don't finish this game, the longer it plays into him. Oh mate, that was heartbreaking. I know, Anand. I know. I did think about that when when he got subbed off. I was thinking, Rafinha, such a big player for him to be taken off. In a really important game as well, because Everton, the way that this is looking, if they, finish this game 2-0 up with the win, they're only 1 point behind Leeds. And the way that Newcastle, Norwich and some of the relegated teams are moving at the moment, it could well be that they're dragged into a relegation scrap, Leeds United. I do think these two teams will be fine though, but that's a dodgy touch by Helga into Meslier, ends up clearing it up the field. I do think these two teams will be fine. Oh, here's Donny van der Beek with a bit of space. Into Dele Alli. Here's Allen. Allen's got loads of room to drive into here. Rolls it into Richarlison. Richarlison. Is he going to shoot? He shoots. Oh, it's got in. It's got in. It's snuck in from Richarlison. And that is, just as I was saying, that is game over. Leeds United 3-0 down against Everton. 3-0 to Everton. A lovely strike. I think that's taken a deflection on the way through, Excuse me. I think that's taken a deflection on the way through. It might have even come off Gordon, actually, on the way through. We'll have to have another look at it. What's my phone saying for the goal scorer? They've gone with Richarlison. But it kind of came out of nothing. I'm not going to lie to you. Allen just rolled it into Richarlison. Richarlison had bodies in front of him. It does take a deflection off, I believe, Llorente on the way through. And Richarlison, it's a good strike, and it's straight into that bottom corner. It's arrowed into that bottom corner. A lovely strike from the Brazilian. A really good strike. And for across the whole of this game, you cannot say that was not deserved by Everton. They have been fantastic. The first 20 minutes, they were absolutely brilliant. And they've just held on. They've not buckled under the pressure of Leeds United so far today. They've been really good. I've been impressed with them. Leeds just haven't responded. They haven't reacted in this game. They've had plenty of opportunity too, but they've just not moved it fast enough. They really haven't moved it fast enough. It's been Really difficult one for Leeds today, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of Leeds United fans who are fuming with the result and what has happened here at Goodison Park today, because they've been absolutely walked all over. Struett clears it down the line for Dan James, cleared though forward by Coleman. Everton won't be taking any chances here now that they've got themselves that third goal. Any goal for Leeds United will put them just within a sniff and could make the final 10 minutes a little bit more exciting. But I think we're past the excitement stage of this Leeds United game now. I think we had the first 20 minutes, first 30, maybe even 45 minutes, which was so exciting, end to end. Both teams had to be a bit more defensively compact in this second half. They have been, and unfortunately for Leeds, they've just not created anything in the final third. And the ball's into the final third as well. They are missing Patrick Bamford. They've not got someone who's able to win the ball in the air. Dan James, of course, isn't really a winger. You can play him as a striker, but even if you do, you need him to play him as a second striker, someone who's going to run off him, going to run off the main striker, have your main striker in Patrick Bamford. But they are definitely missing Patrick Bamford, 100%. The 16, 17 goals he scored last season, some of those goals that he's not been able to score this season have really damaged this Leeds United side. And it's clear to see as well, because even their styles of play, it looks like it's centred around a Patrick Bamford. There's quite a few long balls, which obviously for someone like Patrick Bamford is not a problem. Oh, it has hit Gordon on the way through. That'll be a Gordon goal. Sorry, I'm just watching that goal again. That'll be a Gordon. That'll go down to Anthony Gordon, that will. I'm calling it now. Brighton have just gone 2-0 up as well, by the way. Off comes Anthony Gordon, who has, of course, got himself a goal now. He might actually get a goal given to him, even though he is, even though he's off the pitch, which would be quite funny, really. Oh, God. 9 minutes left on the clock. 9 minutes left. Frank Lampard getting a standing ovation from the crowd there for some reason. That'll relax the nerves of Frank Lampard at Everton. That'll definitely do it, won't it? Oh, chance in the Chelsea game, potentially. Hudson-Odoi trying to weave a bit of room. Blocked, though, by the Palmeiras defenders. Surely Chelsea should win this. You'd be gutted if you don't win the Club World Cup, wouldn't you? I don't quite understand, like, the club. I know what the Club World Cup is for, and I understand that, but it's like, surely whoever is the European side is just massively, massively at an advantage, because they're just completely better. Oh, Dele Alli in the box. Oh, he went for an outside the foot shot there. Didn't quite have the techers for that anymore. Don't quite have the techers for it. Maybe 18-year-old Dele Alli, that'd have found the back of the net. But does it take a deflection? No, he's just absolutely rifled one out of play there. Not the greatest of finishes from Dele Alli inside the 6-yard box. I'm interested to see how Dele Alli will play. 40 million. I don't know how Everton decided that would be a normal amount to pay for Dele Alli. I think even Daniel Levy would have gone, oh yeah, 20 mil, I'll have it. It's such a random amount to have come out with. I hope, from like an English perspective, that Dele Alli can resume that form, because that season, those couple of seasons with him, you know, Kane, Son maybe not scoring as many goals, but Son still being a prominent factor in the team. Christian Eriksen, of course, as well. Dele Alli was so good, but that was because he was playing with a freedom, and his attitude, or his lack of, his seeming poor attitude, which we've seen from Dele, who doesn't seem to be wanting to put up a fight. It seems to have come after those few seasons, and in that season where he scored 18 goals, because it was all going right for him, it was very, very easy for him to go, yeah, all right, I don't care, I'm going to play like I do. It'll, strut about the place. It worked because he was playing well. But now people see it as arrogant because he's still the relaxed, chilled out guy that he is, but he doesn't produce on the pitch as much. And that is part of the problem when you are a player such as Dele Alli, a player who's potentially a skillful player who has the ability, but he just doesn't seem to have the attitude. I really hope it works out for him, though, at Everton. He's still, I think he's 25 now, so he's still got at least 8, he could have at least 8 years. And imagine if Frank Lampard can get him scoring some goals. 8 years of a Dele Alli scoring 10 goals a season, I'm sure that would more than pay off the 40 million. It would definitely be a gamble to take Dele Alli. I think no one by any stretch of the imagination has said this is a really clever signing, but it's one of those, yeah, why not? Let's do it. If it was for 20 mil, 40 mil seems a bit crazy, if I'm honest with you. 40 mil does seem a bit crazy, I'm not going to lie. Maybe Dele can get himself a goal at the end of this game following a poor Leeds United performance. There's no better time, really. No better time. Llorente's just gone down, and so has Richarlison there. Just a bit of a coming together between the two of them. Both definitely committed to the tackle, but both, unfortunately, getting a little bit of an injury. There's going to be a substitution as well, and that'll be the final thing that Richarlison does today. Richarlison will be fuming when he gets back and realises that the goal has been taken off him and actually given to Anthony Gordon. But Rondon will be coming on for Everton as well. So there's another substitution. Richarlison, his day's done. He's had a good game as well. Maybe not the best of the games, probably not the standout player. If I had to give my man of the match, I'm probably just going to have to give it to Anthony Gordon, despite that huge key chance missed at the beginning of the game with inside a minute. I think I'd still have to give it to Anthony Gordon. He's been really, really good. To be honest with you, there's a lot of Everton players. I think Donny van der Beek's been really good as well. He's looked good going forward. Defensively, he's looked solid as well, moving the ball forward. Allen's been everywhere today. He's been here, there, everywhere. Whatever you want to say, Allen has done it, and he's swept up and he's covered it. So I think there's a couple of players, but I'll give it to Anthony Gordon, the young man. He will have technically got himself a goal, even though it did just hit the heels of Anthony Gordon on the way through, and he did get himself an assist as well for the Michael Keane header. So not only that, he has looked really, really good. Here's Dele. Dele looks to flick it back round that corner. He was looking for I'm not sure who he was looking for there. Was that Rondon who was making the run? No, El Ghazi's come on as well. I missed that one. I don't know, Jeff. I don't know. Are Leeds United going to get themselves a goal before half-time? Full-time. Adam Forshaw clips it into Tyler Roberts. Here's Diego Llorente. And that'll be a foul on Luke Ayling there by, I think that was Anwar El Ghazi getting himself in a little bit of trouble. Dan James tries to go around Iwobi there, but Iwobi with some brilliant strength. Dele Alli flicks that one forward. Lovely ball there from Dele into the feet of Solomon Rondon, but Struick, really good strength there, and wins the ball back for Leeds United and wins a Leeds throw at the same time. Two minutes left at the end of this game. Unfortunately, the intensity that we saw in that first half, as kind of expected, has dropped out of it. It was the first half was really intense, openings of play, both teams being able to attack nicely, move the ball forward fast, but second half just hasn't really lived up to the expectation of the first half, unfortunately. And just like in midweek, the goals seem to have dried up in this second half. Seem to have dried up just a little bit for both sides, really. Why has Fraser put no? What have you put no for, Fraser? Here's Dan James looking to go down to the byline, headed clear there by Mason Holgate, who's had a phenomenal game as well. I can just think about that tackle. I can just think about that tackle from on Dan James. I believe it was at 1-0 to Everton, where Dan James was just about to break free. And completely, if Dan James had finished from there, he was inside the 18-yard box, would have been one-on-one with the keeper. That could have completely changed the complexion of this game. And Mason Holgate, what a tackle it was, by the way. What a tackle it was. It was absolutely brilliant to nick the ball away from him there. Really, really good. And, he's had a good game. He's been steadily just doing what he should be doing, really, I think is the best way to say it. York City beat one of my local teams. They were 2-0 up as well. Oh, that's not good. Not good. Cancelo and Laporte dropped. Classic Pep Guardiola. Classic Pep Guardiola. And that is why you don't double up on defenders, ladies and gents. That is why you don't double up on defenders. I hate FPL. I love FPL. It's all part of the drama. It's all part of the drama, isn't it? All part of it. And we're just running down the final few moments here at Goodison Park. Everton really haven't really had to get out of second gear here today. It's been disappointing for Leeds United, and I think they'll be annoyed. I think they will. This was an opportunity here to take points off a team that have a game in hand below them, and now Leeds find themselves just 1 point ahead of the team. And, that might fall to Allen there. It doesn't quite. Lovely interchange with Rondon, but didn't quite fall for him. Yeah, Leeds are going to be looking over their shoulders now. They're definitely going to be looking over their shoulder. Lovely bit of play there by Leeds United. And Everton again, calm as you like there. Rondon, good touch into Delhi. Back into Delhi once again, into Allen. Everton happy with their result. And to be honest with you, I don't think you can moan as an Everton fan today. It's been really good. This was a huge game for them, a bit of a six-pointer, if you will. Not quite a relegation six-pointer, but definitely a six-pointer. And now they sit 1 point behind, one game in hand. Everton will be buzzing with that. They will be buzzing with it. And who knows where this Everton team could go? They could go on a nice little run, maybe a nice little beaten run of 5 or so games, couple of wins in that, maybe 3-4 wins in that, and they get themselves back up into those sort of top half spots, and they can really start to think about pushing on forward and looking forward rather than just constantly looking behind themselves for Newcastle and whatever Norwich are getting on with as well. Leeds' left back has just gone down, whose name for some reason has just eluded me, even though I've been saying it all game. Helder, there we are, that's it. It's just gone down. They've just updated it actually as well, and the goal scorer will have been Anthony Gordon here. For some reason that pushed him up a match rating, a whole 1 match rating, from an 8 to a 9. Not sure that was quite justifiable, I'm not going to lie to you, considering it just hit the back of his heel, but I'm sure he'll take it. Definite man of the match though for me. Alex Iwobi's been pretty decent as well in this game. Brentford have just drawn with Crystal Palace. Watford and Brighton finishes 0-0. We've got a few seconds left here. There is just we're just waiting for the ball to go out, or to get back underway and then go out, because Helder has gone down with an injury. He's having to come off, I think. We'll wait and see. We'll get ourselves back underway. Less than a minute left to play, though. I'm quite surprised he hasn't just blown the final whistle, if I'm honest with you. It's not like it's a 2-1 win in the 90th minute. They're 3-0 up. They're clear. Good tackle again there by John Joe Kenny. He's been really solid so far today, playing on that left-hand side. Right footer on a left-hand side. Often difficult to actually, cause some problems when you're a right footer on the left-hand side, because you always look like you have to be cutting in. And just as I say that, it is full-time. It is full-time at Goodison Park. And where's my mouse gone? It's disappeared. There we are. So let's stop the timer. It is full-time at Goodison Park. Everton have won their first game of the Frank Lampard era. They have won for the first time under Super Frankie Lampard. And that is Everton 3, Leeds United 0, and that is so good for Everton. So good for Everton. They've been really good in this game. There's so many positives to take away from this 90 minutes of football for Everton. I was looking forward to watching them in this game, and for the first 20 minutes especially, they were absolutely brilliant. Really good. Thoroughly enjoyed watching that game, especially in the first half. Second half was a bit quieter. It was more Leeds trying to get themselves a foothold in the game, never really putting too much of asking too many big questions of the Leeds United, the Everton defenders. Sorry, it's been a difficult, long game for Leeds United, I'm sure, and I'm sure the fans will be glad to see the back of that game, and they'll be looking to move on to the next one, and hopefully Patrick Bamford can be back fit again after, I do believe he failed a medical or something in midweek, and his injuries keep reflaring themselves up. So a difficult time to be a Leeds United fan. What I did notice was, I'm just going to say this now just before I end the stream, do let me know if this stream, because when I press end stream, I've obviously done the whole outro, but this stream for some reason has 30 seconds between me and then you guys receiving it. And so when I've pressed end stream on, say, if it comes up on my phone, it then just stops at a random point. So I'm halfway through speaking and it stops it. Do let me know if that happens at the end of this one. So Fraser, let us know if that does happen. And then I'll try and see if I can sort out a way. It's really strange that. I don't know if it was just my phone glitching out, if I'm honest with you. I don't know if that was the case, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm going to leave you guys there. I've enjoyed that game. Thank you to those who have watched throughout the entirety of this stream. I do appreciate it, and the new subscribers as well. Hopefully we'll get a few more bigger streams going at the moment. The YouTube algorithm isn't really liking me at the moment, and I'm not quite sure on what I can do to improve. So if you guys do have any feedback on how to improve all of this, obviously the new streaming software, I am just getting used to it all. I think it looks okay for the time being, but I'm still trying to get this green screen to work so it can look more professional in itself as well. But I will leave you there. I'm going to go watch Chelsea as Havertz takes a strike from the edge of the box there. I'm going to go watch Chelsea, go chill out, make myself some tea, well, some lunch as well, because I've not actually eaten any. And I don't think there'll be any content tomorrow, as my parents are going to come and see me. So the next time you'll probably see me is probably midweek, maybe for a 2-minute Tuesday, or for a stream for Champions League football. Champions League football is back. Great to see it. So guys, I'm going to leave you there. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this video. And if you have, do be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and keep your eyes out on the channel for other content that will be coming to the Redgate-Large channel. Thank you for watching, guys, and most importantly, do